This is experiment 2 in web technology. This is SHAARIKA UR14CS122. So this is the output of our code. So here basically what we have is 3 sections: the header, the section and the footer. So here in the header section we have the title, the company heading, the company title, and then we have the logo of the company, and then here we have the navigation links. So this is the code for these navigation links. So here we've created a list, and then we made it as a navigation list using the CSS. Here using CSS we have we've made this list style type none, and so that the bulletins go off and the underline of our links, the lines under our link go off when we use the text decoration none. So this is how we created the navigation links. So once we click on the navigation link, we are redirected to this page. When I click badminton, we are redirected to the site that I mentioned here. So now this is the search box. I've created this search box using the tag data list. Using data list, we create the search box. So here, so as a search box like in Google and all, once we start typing something, we get a list of things. So like that, the thing appears. So here we have the video automatically playing because I've given autoplay here. We've embedded this video using the tag video controls, and since I've given autoplay true, automatically when this page gets loaded, my video will start playing. So we've embedded the video tag using video controls and source src, then the source of the video, and then the type. This particular video tag will accept only video or MP4. Then we close the video tag here, and here basically for this section, inside section, I've used a table. So I've created a table and used 2 columns. So in this column there's some content about the company where I've displayed inside the tag TD, and then this is audio. We embed the audio using audio tag, as we can see here, audio controls, then source src, then thing, and it will take the type audio or MP3. Sorry. Okay. Then we close the table tag and we close the section, and then we go to the footer. This is a footer. Again in the footer, I've used a table and I made 3 columns. In the first column, I have the contact addresses, the address 1, address 2, address 3, the mail ID and the phone number, all that. And the second column is a form. I made the form using field set, and inside the legend, I've given the name of the form. And then when we give input type text, it accepts the text, and then input type so for the password, I've used input type password, name and placeholder. Placeholder is this text that is displayed here. Then automatically when I click on it and start typing, the thing goes off. So this is where we use a placeholder. And then this, for the button here, I've used submit. So once we give the username and the password and click on this button, automatically it gets submitted. Then this is the Google map. I've embedded the Google map using iframe src and the link of the Google map, and I've closed the tag. So this is basically the first page. And now a second page. So this is our second page and our output. The second page of this experiment is basically a resume. So in this, first this is a form. So form action is submit.php and the method is get. And then here field set legend, this is the name of a form, submit your resume. And then this is the first development. in the first div element we've used personal details, and personal details we've used first name, and this field is mandatory. To make the field mandatory, we use the keyword required. Once we give required, we cannot leave that field empty. We have to fill it in order to submit the form. Suppose if we submit the form, without filling the required details, this following, it will show, it won't submit, the form won't get submitted. And same way, the middle name, that also has the keyword required, so that is also required, and the last name. And then all these are text boxes, so I've used input type text. Whereas date of birth, as we can see, it is a date picker, and this is a date picker. In order to have a date picker, we use input type equal to date. So once we use this, we get a date picker, and then we give the name. So that is how the date picker works. And next, age we require only numbers, so we've given input type numbers, and then as we can see, whatever we want according to our age, we can take it. And then next is our radio button. We create a radio button by using the type radio, but when we use the radio, we must make sure that the name in all the, like how many ever radio buttons we use, the name should be similar. In this case, it's gender in all three cases. And next is a meter tag. In meter tag specifies like how much content have we completed in filling the form. So in this case, it's 20%. So here the meter value, we take it as 20, and then min 0, max 100. So this is what we have in our first div element. And second div element is our address. So address, we've used text area. Text area is similar to text box, but then, and the difference between text box and text area is, in text box only one line can be added, whereas in text area is an extended field. How many ever lines, in case of address, we'll require a lot of lines. So we use text area, name, text. Then we close the tag. And then is for the town or city, we use the text box. And then here comes the drop box. For state, we have the drop box here. So in order to make the drop box, we use the select. We use the select tag, and then how many ever states we want to include, we include, and then we close the select tag. And then is a zip code. So in the question, zip code, it was mentioned that the maximum numbers that can be entered for the zip code is 5. So in order to restrict the user to use only 5 numbers, we use max length equal to 5. So this is a second development, and this is a meter tag, the same thing that we used here, except that the value should be given 40. As we can see, a little increase in the green portion compared to the previous one. And our next development contains contact information. So for the contact information, for the telephone, we've used type tel, mobile also tel, for email. So what is the benefit of using this different type of thing is, in email, I have to give this this attribute has to be given. If suppose if I miss this out, then it will show an error. So that is why we use different types for different things, to be more specific. And same way for website, I've used input type URL, and again the same meter tag with value 60. And our next development contains the education details. Here we made a table, and then this is a checkbox. In order to make a checkbox, we use input type checkbox and the name and value. And if we want our box to be checked in the beginning, we use checked. So when we use checked, we have a tick mark in our checkbox. And next, this is here we use text input type text, and for country we use select options. And then for starting year, we use again the date picker, so input type date, and ending year again input type date, and for percentage we use number. So hence we have 1 2 3 4 5 rows we have in our table, and that that makes our div element. And then the last div element contains a session where we can upload a file. So in this particular case, we can attach resume only if it is in the format of doc or PDF. So in order to do that, we give input type file, so that this is an option to upload a file, and then name file accept doc or PDF, whatever we mentioned here, that only those particular type of files will be accepted. And then in order to get submit your resume, we use input type submit, and then for reset we use input type reset, and then we close the field set. So this is a resume. So this is experiment 2.